Hi folks, I'm Judd. I'm a professional astrologer with over 35 years consultative experience to my name. These are my astrological forecasts for the year 2015 for each sign of the zodiac. Enjoy. And this is the astrological forecast for the sign of Libra for the whole of 2015. It's going to be another year of similar energies to those of recent times, but there is a fundamental difference here. The times since 2008 and certainly since 2010 have been fundamentally different to any time in your past, regardless of your age. Those of you with a few decades perspective, you're going to be able to look back and you'll never have seen a time like the last 5 years in your history, regardless of developing culture. You'll be finding that there's never been a time like this, but it's all been pretty damn weird and crazy and very deep and somewhat disturbing over recent years. This year coming, 2015, is going to be one of those years that's going to bring an end to this pattern. There's certainly nothing like the level of compulsive or obsessiveness for most of you over the coming year, but the last 2 years have had. The intensity and extremism as generated by the Uranus-Pluto square, which is now beginning to fade out, is on the wane. Now a few of you are going to be particularly affected. Still, here I'm looking, with Pluto especially, I'm looking at those of you born around October 4, 5, 6, maybe 5, 6, 7. Those of you born at the end of the first week of October, you're going to find that with Pluto squaring your Sun, you're not going to be able to sit on the sidelines. You're going to have to become involved in the ongoing process. You're going to have to take some pretty hard decisions that you don't want to do. And there's a part of your life that will, in a symbolic or metaphorical way, have to come to a permanent and final close in order that something new can be reborn, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. Death and rebirth. It is like the caterpillar changing into the butterfly or the snake shedding its skin. And if you're born at the end of the first week of October, you're going to find that this is a pretty intense year coming up, but it's a year that you'll remember for the rest of your life as being the time when you really engaged with your own deeper psychological power and became either powerful or fearful in a way that then sets the pattern for the very long-term future. In a similar but different way, Uranus is still involved strongly as well. Over recent months, the time of most of 2014 and through to mid-March 2015, Uranus has been affecting those people born over the period of October 3 to October 7, I guess, in a way that's been disruptive and chaotic and dramatic and putting rugs from underneath feet, but also bringing stimulus and opportunity and innovation. And this moves on. By the time you're into something like October of this year, that's going to be a thing of the past for most of you. It is only those of you born really around October 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 who are still going to find an element of chaos. If you're one of these birthdays and you're looking to have a stable, conventional, orthodox and routine year, you might as well forget it because it's not going to happen. If, however, you're born at the start of the second week of October and you find that there's an element of boredom around, then don't be scared to take chances, because it's better to try and fail than it is to not try at all. And I think you're in a really good position over this coming year to break the mould, throw it away, reinvent yourself and begin again. So don't be scared to take chances. Saturn's going to be bringing some really positive energy into a few of your lives, particularly those of you born at the start of Libra, i.e. September 22 through to September 26, 21 to 25. Here we're talking about words like stability, solidity, structure, self-discipline, hard work as being the norm over most of the year. So early Librans are actually looking pretty good. Jupiter's hardly touching you. Some of you, those of you born after October 6th, you'll find that the time of April through to June holds a degree of fertility, creativity, and options for growth and development, as long as you don't hit the accelerator too hard. But the Jupiter-Saturn stuff, it kind of obscures the bigger picture. The bigger picture is the aftershocks, the reverberations and the echoes from 2012, 13 and particularly 2014, the grand crosses. And in that light there are a few trigger points in this coming year. There's going to be the time of the first week of March, where a number of you who have been triggered over this last year or two may suddenly find that there's one last flashpoint, which is a very incisive point for action to be taken. First week of March. There is the first week of April, where there is the total eclipse of the full moon in Libra on the 4th of April. That will be a major choice point for you. 4th of April, eclipse moon in your sign. There will then be the new moon in Libra on the 13th of October, opposite Uranus. Wonderful time for brand new beginnings. Wonderful time for innovative, original, novel, fresh starts. Anything that you launch around mid-October of 2015 is going to go very well indeed. This year is a year where you either revert back to being the person you were pre-2010, in which case you're going to stay that way for the rest of your life, or it's a year where you begin to start finally and tentatively putting down roots and consolidating yourself, because this could be the year where whole new fresh beginnings happen. Take your time, no need to launch until October. You're recovering from the last few years. As far as 2015 goes, Libra, have a tentatively healthy year. There you go, folks. I hope that was helpful and informative. I believe astrology should be free. I think that if astrology was taught in schools, we'd see an end to warfare within 2 generations. And in that context, I want to put as much astrology free into the world as I can. But it does cost. Your donations, month in, month out, the £1, the £5, the £10 a month that you send me, really help me keep this going. Thank you. Keep them coming. And look what I've got. And there's a new one on Mercury coming out later this year. So if you want to get these or find out about all my gigs travelling around the world this coming year lecturing on astrology, email me, steve@stevejudd.com. See you next year. Bye.